everybody, this is Orpha. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Orpha's Fascinations. Well, I miss everybody and hi everyone, and I'm glad I can get myself back together to do some cooking episodes for my YouTube channel, Orpha's Fascinations. And I would like to say thank you so much to 2TVS. As you can see, this is a company based in St. Petersburg, Florida that makes cabinets and all that stuff. And thank you for giving me a getaway gift as I moved on to California. And that's the reason why I haven't been in my channel for a while, but welcome back. And today I'm going to prepare a dish. It's actually one of the favorite desserts we have. It's the cassava cake or cassava pudding, as you may call it. But because I did not realize I did not have one of the main ingredients, we're gonna turn this cassava recipe to something else, and I'm sure it will be really good. So first we're gonna gather our ingredients. I'm going to need the cassava. It's grated, and you can buy this from frozen section of any Oriental store or market. Of course, we'll have evaporated milk, a can of it, a can of condensed milk. And so this is where the innovation of the recipe is, because I was not able to buy the regular condensed milk. So this time we're going to use 1 can of ube or purple yam condensed milk. So we will call our recipe Cassava Ube Cake. And then of course a little bit of the vanilla. I have a can of young coconut strips. You can use the macapuno jar, is one jar of that. And then of course I have 4 brown eggs that we're gonna beat up, and half cup of sugar, because of course the condensed milk is already sweet. So I'm gonna start with half cup of sugar, and then if it's lacking in sweetness we could always add, and about half cup of melted butter. So we're gonna start out with our cassava. So grated cassava, 2 packs of this grated cassava. So I thawed that, or you can just put it in the microwave 1 minute at a time for a total of 2 minutes, because otherwise it will cook if you have a lot of heat. And then of course we'll add the sugar. Okay, half cup of sugar, and then add to the cassava 1 can of evaporated milk. Okay, just add that. This is the fun part of this recipe, because we just put everything together and just mix it. And then a can of the purple condensed milk. There you go. You can just scoop it out just like that. Okay. I'm sure this will be a good recipe. Sometimes there are good mistakes. That's following the true recipe, and then we can come up with something new, right? So okay, then we're just going to mix it all together. Whoops. Just gonna mix that. Give it a good mix. There you go. It has a beautiful color too, like purple. and purple yam for flavoring. That's really good. So there it is, our mixture. Okay, now we can add the butter. I melted the butter for less than a minute in the microwave. So you just scoop up. Oh, it is perfect. Okay, half cup of that. And we'll just continue mixing. Yeah, so this is a very, very easy recipe. Just all you have to do is mix every ingredient. Yeah, I can see the coarseness of the cassava here. Okay, wow. I never expected that I would make this tonight. I thought it will be the cassava recipe that I usually do. But here we come up with a new recipe. Just using a different kind of condensed milk. Okay, there you go. But instead of evaporated milk, sometimes I use coconut milk. But I prefer tonight I just try this condensed milk, or you can use any kind of milk, the whole milk. If you want it less fat in the recipe, you can even use the 1% or 2%. So it just depends on your preference. But of course, when there's a little more fat, it's more palatable. So if you go for the taste, go for the good stuff. But if you want to cut down on fat, you have that alternative too. So here, I'm just gonna crack this egg, and we're going to beat it. So because they're small, I'm going to use 4 pieces of this. Okay. Okay, while I'm preheating the oven, we're gonna prepare the pan. So it's get a pan. You can line it with banana leaves if you want to, or just foil. But I just want to cook it directly. I have some extra butter, or you can spray it with some canola oil or something, and just spread it in your pan. Set the oven, by the way, at 400 degrees. Okay, so now we can pour the mixture of our cassava and ube. So let's see here. Just pour it in your pan. Pour it. Oh. Okay, and now we can add the coconut strips, and just remember you can use also the macapuno jar. I actually have it, but I opened this one, so you just spread this out in your the cassava mixture. Okay, and the ube mixture. You can spread it inside, and of course you can use the rest for topping. There you go. And we can top some of this. Okay. So the macapuno jar, or the macapuno strings, is in syrup. This is also in syrup, but I think it has less sugar. Yep, beautiful. Yeah, so how beautiful that is. Ube, coconut, cassava. What are we gonna call it? Okay, so when the oven is ready, we can just stick our mixture there and cook it until it's golden brown, or until it's cooked. We will try it. Okay, that's it for the evening. Thank you so much.
It turned out very well. In fact, there's a nice surprise. There's a greenish coloration in the middle, and it turned out to be very good. And so that's another blessing. Whatever it had caused it to turn green in the middle is another blessing. So just a little innovation, and we came up with a nice recipe, cassava ube cake. Thank you, and be safe. Always remember that a little bit of love goes a long way.